In 1955, director-screenwriter Henri Clouseau adapted Pierre Boulez's novel. In it, Christina is an attractive young woman, but very shy, quiet, and sensitive. She has suffered from a heart condition since childhood and is never in the best of health. Years before, she inherited an impressive estate in the suburbs of Paris that has been turned into an exclusive boarding school. She runs this school with her husband, Michel, a sadistic, abusive, malignant bastard who delights in treating his wife like dirt. He's having an affair with one of the school's teachers, Nicole, and he's as vicious and cruel to his mistress as he is to his wife. Everybody knows about this affair. In fact, the two women have become best friends, both suffering under the heel of this brute. Early in the film, they decide that the only way out of their problem is to kill him. One night, they lure Michel to an apartment in a village well away from the school, where they've secretly filled a bathtub full of water. He comes in, dressed in his three-piece suit, and arrogantly taunts and insults the two women, while they get him just as drunk as they... But he's not that drunk, and it's a hell of a struggle. The terror nearly kills the poor wife, but Nicole rushes into the living room and grabs a ceramic statue of a panther from the coffee table. She loads this heavy thing on the man's chest. Between the weight of the statue and her own strength, she manages to hold him down under the water long enough to drown him. The women wrap the body in a tarp, hide it in the back of a pickup truck, and sneak back to the campus in the middle of the night. The school swimming pool hasn't been used all winter. An inch of algae covers it. The women dump the body in, and it submerges out of sight. They quietly retire and wait for the next day when the body will float up and be discovered. But the next day comes and goes, and the body does not float up. Days go by, and the body will not float up. Finally, Nicole, accidentally on purpose, drops her car keys in the pool and asks one of the older students to retrieve them. The kid dives down under the scum and searches and searches and searches. He comes up, gulps some air, then goes down again and searches and searches and searches. He comes up to gulp air, then goes down a third time and searches and searches and searches. At last he surfaces with the car keys. The women then decide it's time to clean the swimming pool. They order the pool drained, and they stand on its edge, watching as the scum goes down and down and down and down to the drain. But there is no body. That afternoon, a dry cleaner's van drives out from Paris to deliver the cleaned and pressed suit that the man died in. The women rush into Paris to the cleaners, where they find a receipt, and on it is the address of a boarding house. They head there and talk to the concierge, who says, yes, there was a man living here, but he moved this morning. They go back to the school, and even more bizarre things happen. He appears and disappears in the windows of the school. When they look at the senior class graduation photo, there he is standing behind the students, slightly out of focus. They can't imagine what's going on. Is he a ghost? Did somehow he survive the drowning and he's doing this to us? Did someone else find the body? Are they doing this? Summer vacation comes, and all the students and teachers leave. Then Nicole herself. She packs her bag, saying she can't take this anymore, leaving the poor wife alone. That evening, Christina can't sleep. She sits up in bed, wide awake, her heart pounding. Suddenly, in the dead of night, she hears the sound of typing coming from her husband's office. Slowly she gets up and edges down a long corridor, hand on her heart. But just as she touches the office doorknob, the typing stops. She eases open the door, and there, alongside the typewriter, are her husband's gloves, like two huge hands. Then she hears the most terrifying sound imaginable, a dripping faucet coming from the bathroom off the office. Now she heads toward that door, her heart raging. She creaks open the bathroom door, and there he is, still in his three-piece suit, submerged in a bathtub full of water, the faucet dripping. The body sits up, water cascades off, its eyes open, but there are no eyeballs. Hands reach out for her. She grabs her chest, has a fatal heart attack, and drops dead on the floor. He reaches under his eyelids and removes white plastic inserts. Nicole jumps out of a closet. They embrace and whisper, "We did it."